Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another video of the F1 2021 mod. Today we're going to be driving around Italy as Mick Schumacher in the new Russian flagged HAAS. But first of all, due to the amount of dislikes on last week's video, I've reverted the Alpine back to its winter livery. I've solved partially the problems with the paint file. Remember, if you recall, one of the lines was the wrong way round on the right hand side, so that's now been fixed. I've swapped the numbers around, so the blue is on the side, red numbers on the front, and I've also changed the red to make it more a bolder red really. But yeah, kind of looks like I've kept the sponsors decals from that episode. So if you want me to upload this as another revision to the one that's already on Race Department, then I will. Let me know in the comments below as well. I might, if I get a chance, have another go at this, but bearing in mind I can't create it as it is, because at the end of the day I'm only using the Renault Sashi from 2020. So all I can do is overwrite the logos and the paint file based on the design from 2020. I can't create the new design on that Sashi. That would have to fiddle about with some Sashi. It takes a bit more time for me as well. But for me, I actually prefer this version anyway to the other one. It's not quite there, as you can see. We haven't quite got the red bits, needs to be sorted out and see. And also I'm not sure what's going to happen with the side bits on the side, because the red just stops. But yes, obviously, other than that I should be able to give it another go potentially in the future as well. Now the Ferrari has also been updated. However, the paint file, there's issues with the Ferrari. For starters, the paint file, the majority of the size of the paint file is for where that hashtag Forza Alex logo is. So I can't really add the blend of that maroon red that they've done. I've obviously updated the sponsors, but again there's very little room for the We Shy, I've probably butchered that name and I do apologise, logo. So that's on the inside the cockpits. That's how little space there is, because there's no space on the front. I can't allocate the sponsors there, unfortunately. Richard Mille has also been added instead of Hublot, and also that radio thingy logo has also been added. I've had to add it in place of the Ferrari logo because there's no previous allocation on the side. So yes, that's where we're with the Ferrari. It's unfortunate about the paint, but hopefully they do better, basically, because the majority of the paint file in the game files is represented by just a pixel, basically, which obviously I can't then blend in. I can make it all look maroon, all red, and as most of the car is all red, I've kept it that way. And here now we've come to the car that you've been waiting for, the HAAS with its Russian livery. Again, there's limitations. I can't create the Russian livery on the front half of the car. The back half of the car took about an hour and a half just to divide that up, because obviously I didn't know how much it was going to be, and then also just to also that had to be done with lines and whatnot, and merging in Photoshop because of the space on it. The Ionos logo is actually on the car. It wasn't actually in the any of the launch shows, but it is actually on the car by the headrest. But obviously there is no equivalent logo on the 2020 HAAS, so I've added it on the side instead of the Richard Mille logo. Other than that, the one-on-one logos there. The rear wing, I should mention, has to be black because I can't change even though that's there. I can't change that. That's the same with the front end plate, right end plate. Also, the front wing is fully white because the HAAS paint file copies and pastes paint. So if I try to do a Russian tricolour on the front wing, basically other parts of the car will also turn to the Russian tricolour, and it would look very blobby. So this is the best I can do with the existing HAAS paint. But yes, enough about that. We're going to have a race now as Mick Schumacher around the home of Ferrari, Monza. This is the second race we've done as Mick Schumacher so far, and the first one we did at Abu Dhabi. Remember, I am championshiping this, and I will reveal the results of the championship at the end of this series. But let's go to the race. It's time for the Italian Grand Prix at Monza.
Welcome to Monza, where the crowd are ready for today's action. And we hope you're ready to see the world's best drivers fighting it out for that #1 spot. It's time for the Italian Grand Prix. We're 12 miles northeast of Milan for today's Grand Prix at a Monza circuit where we can expect top speeds of around 215 miles per hour. 11 corners on this 3.6 mile track, with 7 of those coming in the form of chicanes, and with a good slipstream and DRS open, there should be plenty of opportunity for some passing here today.
So here we are on the grid at Monza. We're in P15. Race strategy is going to be a one-stopper course for a 25% race around Monza, soft to mediums, only a 30-lap race. We'll see what we can do. As Sprite lights come on, and away we go for the Italian Grand Prix. It's a good start, better than Sainz, who's had a woeful start in the Ferrari. Can we get Stroll in the Aston Martin car as well? We're going to try and go around the outside of Tsunoda and Leclerc going into turn 1. We're going side by side. We try and go deep to see if we can get the Alpine as well, Ocon. I think that was Perez as well. Can't quite get him. Perez is now. Tsunoda is starting to come back at us in the AlphaTauri up to the end of the first sector. He tries to go on the right, where we defend the inside, and Tsunoda hangs on behind us. And as we now jump to lap 2, we're all over the back of Leclerc. He's going very slowly. I mean, to be fair, there is a bit of queue. It's only lap 2. We're going to dive down the inside, the end of the first sector, and almost went into the back of Ocon, but fortunately we're able to survive and move up into P11 there, ahead of the Ferrari, ahead of both Ferraris actually. So Ferrari not having a very good race at their home Grand Prix. We're yet to see if they make an improvement, as interestingly Max Verstappen is in the lead, not Lewis Hamilton at this race. So that's the first time in this series we've had Lewis Hamilton not leading the Grand Prix. But you can see that Tsunoda's got a great exit out of Ascari. Remember that Ascari is very overpowered for the AI for me, so I always struggle coming out of Ascari. We're going to now defend from Tsunoda, who tries to go around the outside into turn 1, and we're going to have the better line going through turn 1 and turn 2 as the Red Bull, Perez, I think that's Perez, Gasly and Ocon are going wheel to wheel, as Sainz now is falling even further behind. I mean, Leclerc's already fallen behind Stroll. Now Sainz has fallen behind one of the Alfa Romeos. I think it's Giovinazzi, as Tsunoda once again has another go, but obviously we're only giving room to the curbing and he doesn't get very good traction off the curbing. We're able to keep P11 there. And Stroll now seems to be on the road. He's moving up ahead of Tsunoda, and now he's up into P12 ahead of the Japanese driver, who I'm sure, though the AlphaTauri pace in real life actually looks quite good, as again that front wing keeps fading. I don't know why it does that, where it flickers to white and then to the blue. And as Leclerc comes out of nowhere and actually takes Stroll into turn 1. A little bit, I don't think you particularly knew what he was actually able to make the overtake, but nevertheless he does do. But Stroll then comes back Ferrari has no answer, of course. Bear in mind, I haven't. The only performance I should mention, for those of you who aren't aware, the only performance I have touched is the McLaren updating them to the Mercedes engine. And bearing in mind that's 2020 performance. So Stroll's now come and have a look at us at lap number 6. We're going to try and dive it down the inside, see if we can get a little bit of a small lock up from Stroll as he takes the curb, and we're going to get the better exit, but we're still side by side, and we're going to have to try and squeeze him out. There we go. Stroll's still not going to give up here. Can Stroll get past us up into the middle sector? As I believe that's Tsunoda coming back at Leclerc as well. Into the middle sector it is, and those two are going side by side, and Tsunoda now is having a look at Stroll. Ourselves and Stroll are going side by side with Parabolica. We're going to force Stroll out, and he's going to cut across. Tsunoda is in the wall, and FNG will be crying about that. And now we try to defend. So that's Tsunoda's chance to get any points over, basically, for this race. Unfortunately for him, Leclerc did try and have a go around us. I think Stroll overtook him again. Those two are having a bit of a yo-yo fight for position. We'll see if where they come out ahead of us or not when we make our pits, but we are undercutting them into the pits at the end of lap number 8. 3 second stop. Yeah, a bit slow for Haas, but obviously they're not Red Bull or Williams really in terms of their position. Remember, if you've been watching Drive to Survive recently, then you will recall 2018 as Leclerc comes out of the pits. We shouldn't really have ducked behind a slipstream there, but but then again, sort of misgauged how far he was ahead of us, and is comfortably ahead of Leclerc as Hamilton is still behind Verstappen. He's on the hards. Daniel Ricciardo is up into 3rd place ahead of Vettel, Bottas and Norris. As we jump back to our fight, Leclerc once again having a go at us. We're getting ever slower on these mediums. The mediums are definitely not going well for us, and we've slowed the pace that Haas have in real life, by the sounds of it, if they're not doing any development on this year's car. As Leclerc now gets past us in the 2nd DRS zone, and he's gone. That's it. He's gone because I can't fight with him down out of the Scari, because look at the traction, he's just pulled away even though he's got the same engine as us, and then Stroll just battles past. We're going to try and come back now. We will have DRS, but the problem for us is that we just got no straight. The aero on this Haas isn't great. We sights and now we've lost DRS as well, just to rub insult into the wing. So when you jump to lap 11, you can see that any chance of points for Haas have gone out the window. Sainz is having another go at us into the Scari. Nothing doing there. We have to force him out. We go a little bit on the gravel there. As we're now going 3 wide, and Russell out of nowhere is now coming to challenge us down into turn 1. Sainz locks up, big lock up for him. He's going to go wide into Parabolica, come out of Parabolica, lap to the line. But yeah, we try and squeeze Russell. He's having a madness as well, trying to be up the order as well. Giovinazzi, I think that is, and Mazepin as well are coming to join the fight. As we're watching now, Max Verstappen, he's fallen behind 2nd place, and this is why Max Verstappen is out of the race. So, which will hand Lewis Hamilton. You can see there the AI doing some weird slowing down rubbish. That's a glitch, definitely is. The momentum between here, 2 Haas's, 2 Williams. This is more like it. Maybe not the Ferrari, but maybe in real life. But we'll see. As Russell once again has a go at this is the last lap as well. He's tried to go side by side with Scari, and now he's looking back at Mazepin. Can the other Haas driver get past? No, he can't. We're at the final corner, and it's going to be P12. It could have been points if we kept ahead of Leclerc and Stroll, but in the end, it's only good enough for P12, which I'm sure Haas will take a P12 considering the pace that they're probably going to have, especially later in the season. Hamilton, though, he now has a full house of victories in this series. Can anybody else stop it? We'll have to wait and see. Bottas second, Ricciardo getting a podium for McLaren in third, ahead of Vettel, Norris. Ocon is having the upper hand ahead of Alonso again in recent series. Perez only managing 7th ahead of Gasly and Stroll, and the final points. Leclerc outside the points, but he has scored quite frequently this series. Schumacher, as ourselves, 12th place. Russell as well, 13th, the best finish for him. Giovinazzi and Raikkonen only 15th and 16th, ahead of Sainz, who really suffered in the end. Again, that downturn, I don't know what it is with that AI. That I know it's Vettel's AI at Ferrari, because of course you can't replace the AI, which is unfortunate in the game, but still it should not be doing that bad. And then Latifi, I don't know where he was. I don't know what he was doing really. He was way back. And then Tsunoda, of course, had that broken front wing, which is why he was last. So, but yes, that's going to round off this video. If you have enjoyed, then leave a like, subscribe to the channel for new. See plenty more episodes of the F1 2021 mod as and when they come out. Don't forget you can download this mod the day after upload. The link will be updated to tomorrow night if you're watching on the same day as upload. If not, then it will be in the check the description out, it might be there. But until the next video, I'll see you next time. Take care, thanks so much for watching, enjoy your day, and goodbye.